for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
Here we are on this Thursday, January 8th, 2026. And let me tell you, the temperature in the Bronx is rising, even if it's freezing outside, because the hot stove just dumped a bucket of ice water on us, followed immediately by a shot of pure adrenaline. Let's keep it real and face the facts. We lost the race for Edward Cabrera. There was a lot of smoke, a lot of chatter that the Yankees were locked and loaded to bring the Marlins hurler up north, but at the end of the day, he packed his bags and headed to the Chicago Cubs for a package of prospects. Is it frustrating? You bet it is. We always want to close the deal. But as veteran Yankee fans, we know Brian Cashman and the front office don't sit around crying over spilled milk. They pivot, and this time, Plan B might actually be sweeter than Plan A. According to reliable reports dropped by MLB.com's own Brian Hoch, the front office has already turned the page and is in active talks with the Milwaukee Brewers and the Washington Nationals. The new targets in the Evil Empire's sights, none other than Freddie Peralta and the southpaw Mackenzie Gore. This shift in focus is strategic and comes at a critical moment because the hopes of landing the Detroit Tigers ace, Tarik Skubal, are basically dead in the water. It sounds like the Tigers' asking price is astronomical, making a blockbuster unlikely, which forces New York to hunt for elite talent elsewhere. This move tells us a lot about the squad's mentality for the 2026 season. We aren't just looking to plug holes. We are looking for real rotation impact. Losing Cabrera to the Cubs could have been a sign of defeat, but the speed with which Peralta and Gore's names hit the negotiation table indicates the front office already had these scenarios mapped out. We are talking about dealing with teams in different competitive windows, which changes the trade currency. Talking to the Brewers about Peralta is talking about acquiring a finished product, a legit ace, while talking to the Nats about Gore is betting on a ceiling that could be terrifyingly high. It's the classic dilemma between the certainty of the present and the gamble on the future, but both bring that pedigree of pitching that makes hitters look foolish. While we digest that Skubal isn't coming to save the day, we need to look closely at these options, because if there's one thing our rotation needs, it's arms that can eat innings with quality and keep the bullpen fresh for October. If you want to be the first to know who's going to be wearing pinstripes this season and don't want to miss a single detail of these tense negotiations, subscribe to the channel right now and hit that notification bell. We bring the info fast and raw. The narrative flipped quick from we lost Cabrera to we might snag Peralta or Gore. And that emotional roller coaster is exactly what defines January for us. Now let's dive into the numbers and understand why these names are causing such a stir behind the scenes at Yankee Stadium. Starting with Freddie Peralta, we are talking about a 29-year-old who just had the season of his life in 2025. He wasn't just good, he was elite. Peralta wrapped up the year with a 2.70 ERA and a microscopic 1.075 whip. But what really makes me salivate and should make you drool too is his ability to sit batters down all by himself. He racked up 204 strikeouts in 176 and 2/3 innings pitched. That is pure dominance. He led the National League with 17 wins, and we know that while pitcher wins are an old school stat to some, they show the team wins when he's on the bump. Bringing in a guy who is a two-time All-Star and is in his physical prime would be an immediate and loud answer to any questions about our rotation. He has that aggressive style the Bronx faithful loves, attacking the strike zone and challenging hitters. On the other hand, We got Mackenzie Gore, the 26-year-old kid from the Nationals. The story here is different, but just as intriguing. He didn't put up the video game numbers Peralta did, finishing 2025 with a 4.17 ERA and a 1.353 whip. However, the potential, or the stuff as we like to call it, is electric. He piled up 185 strikeouts in 159 and 2/3 innings, which shows he has the material to be dominant. Being a lefty, he brings a huge tactical advantage at Yankee Stadium with that short porch in right field. The bet on Gore is a bet on development. It's believing that Matt Blake and our analytics crew can refine his control and turn that ERA in the 4s into an ERA in the 3s or lower. While Peralta is the now, Gore could be a pillar for half a decade. The front office has a tough call. Pay top dollar for a finished product or pay a little less, maybe, for an elite project. My read is that after whiffing on Cabrera, the pressure to land a big fish just spiked. We can't go into spring training with question marks. Peralta would be the perfect fit to win the AL East right now, while Gore would be a smart long-term play. But I want to hear from you guys, the real voice of the team. If it was your money and your prospects on the table, who are you bringing to New York? The dominant certainty of Freddie Peralta or the explosive lefty potential of Mackenzie Gore? Drop your opinion in the comments. Let's debate which arm gets us closer to title number 28. Don't forget to like the video if you dug this detailed breakdown. Let's go Yankees!